Hi guys, it's Krista from Playing with a Purpose. I intended to get this video out earlier, but life has been so busy and I'm just kind of catching up. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about sunscreen. Many of you know that I've been recently looking into a little bit more healthier options in terms of different foods that I'm eating and different supplements that I might be taking, as well as products that I use. And one of the things that I use a lot in the summer is sunscreen, whether that be for myself or applying it to my daycare children. And over the past few years, I asked for a sunscreen fee, and then I purchase the sunscreen so that way I can choose the sunscreen that I'm putting on my hands. And primarily that's because I have very sensitive skin myself, and so my hands really take a beating if I'm putting things on my skin that irritate it. And so I've kind of adopted that system quite a few years ago. The last few years I've been using more natural sunscreens, and I'm still kind of working out which ones I like the best. And so I thought I'd just share with you a couple of the ones that I've tried, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. If you're new here, my name is Krista and I'm a childcare provider for 5 children. And on my channel, you'll find tips and tricks, all things related to childcare, shopping hauls, and the odd family vlog. The first one is Sunbum. So I have been using Sunbum for many, many years, but it wasn't the natural one. And I really loved the Sunbum product, but I did learn that it wasn't the best for you. So naturally, I thought I'd try the mineral version. So this one has an SPF 50. The 3 reasons I chose to go to a natural sunscreen is because it's much healthier for us. There's a lot of harmful ingredients in regular sunscreens that are known to be endocrine disruptors, which interfere with our hormones. And so that's the number 1 reason. Number 2, it's not good for ocean life. They have realized that regular sunscreens have bleached the coral reef. And so even if you aren't using it on yourself and then swimming in the ocean, even by showering, it makes its way through the waterways into the ocean. So that's another good reason to switch over to natural sunscreen. And the 3rd reason is it's just better for sensitive skin, which I definitely have. My hands are always the worst because they're always in water, but I have quite severe eczema, and so I have to be careful of what kind of products that I use on my skin anyways. And so switching to natural sunscreen just seemed like a good idea. So I thought what I would do is show you, because many of the natural sunscreens have a white cast. And so one of the things that I've been looking for is one that has the least amount of white cast on it. So this one is an SPF 50 mineral sunscreen spray made by Sunbum. And you can see that it's quite thick. And when you rub it in, it takes a while to rub all the way in. And you can see that it's still a little bit white after the application. The next one I got was Green Beaver. This one here, I'll put just on my hand. This one I find goes a long way. So you can rub it in and it really goes quite far. I find this one a little bit more oily, but you can see that it's really rubbed in nicely and it doesn't leave that white cast. So I really, really, really like this one. This one is the Green Beaver SPF 40, and it's the sport version, but they have several different ones to choose from. This one's also water resistant, which is nice for daycare because we often play in the water. And the last one is Badger, and it's also SPF. It says it's non-whitening. This one has a really nice chamomile scent to it, which is really nice. And so I'll just use my other hand for this one. I find this one a little bit thicker to squeeze out. And again, this one is more oily. You can see on my skin that it's a little bit more oily, but it's nice because it adds moisture to your skin, which I can always use. But you can see that there's no white cast at all. So out of these 3 that I have tried, I definitely would say my favorites are these 2. There's so many other ones to try. There are other ones that are a lot more economical because there's bigger tubes, but most of them leave a little bit more of a white cast, which I prefer the ones that don't. So if I were to choose between these three, I definitely would say these ones are the winners. And I don't know if I have one favorite. I think they're both similar. This one does have a really nice smell, which I like. If you like these kind of videos, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this little sunscreen demo. I'm Krista with Playing with a Purpose. I'll see you next time.